Good morning, and welcome to this week's edition of Marquette in Motion. We're your hosts, Miranda Peters
and Hallie Kilberg. We hope you had a wonderful Easter and are still rejoicing in the joy of the resurrection.
And we're also full of joy that you're here with us today. On today's show, Hallie and I will be discussing Operation Prom, Health Awareness Week, and Grandparents' Day.
In segment 2, Justina will be here with various field trip details.
Jeb and Garrett will join us with results from the field, track, soccer, and golf, of course. That's right, they'll be here with the sports report. In addition, they'll also be sharing some special recognition earned by 3 of Marquette's students.
Reporting in segment 3 will be Luke Keys with the senior interview.
And of course, Macy and Amy will end the show by looking ahead.
Today, Saturday, April 27th, although students at Marquette may not be, thousands of students across the country are getting ready for the highly anticipated night of prom.
Though this is usually a very memorable night, so I'm told, this night also sadly marks the occurrence of many fatal car crashes due to distracted or drunken driving.
Yesterday, Marquette teamed up with the Bellevue students for Operation Prom. Operation Prom is a mock scenario held in the Bellevue High School parking lot that both schools are invited to view.
Set up in the BHS parking lot are real, totaled vehicles, and students dressed up for prom are going around performing CPR to unresponsive victims.
A helicopter from Iowa City comes in, takes a victim, a hearse is then called in, and a student is driven away for their funeral.
The scenario brings a bit of reality to a very serious situation.
And this upcoming week, SAD members at Marquette are shedding light on other situations related to student health and safety as well.
On Monday, healthy eating will be the focus. Students will participate in a hypothetical healthy cooking competition.
Exercising to stay fit will be the highlight of Tuesday, where during quips the entire high school will participate in yoga.
The focal point of Wednesday's discussion will be the effects of underage drinking. That day, high school students will compete in a game depicting facts and statistics related to alcohol consumption.
Thursday will then be focused on the dangers of vaping.
And Friday will be Mental Health Day, where during QUIP, students will participate in meditating exercises.
And speaking of what's good for your health, Friday will also be Grandparents' Day, which is celebrated by our elementary students and their grandparents or loved ones.
This special day commences with Mass, after which grandparents are invited to their grandchild's classroom for lessons, activities, and games. The grandparents are then invited to eat lunch with their grandchildren.
As a little aside, for those of you who are visiting Marquette that day for Grandparents' Day, you're probably just as curious as students typically are to know what lunch will be served that day.
So, since you know we bring you all the latest breaking news here at Marquette in Motion, lunch that day will consist of a pork patty with a bun, baked beans, coleslaw, pears, and a chocolate chip cookie.
Just remember, you heard it here first.
Now the day's fun doesn't end there. Following lunch, grandparents and their grandchildren will congregate in the Paris Center to partake in board games, cards, and puzzles. Then, beginning at 12:30, grades K through 5 and the afternoon preschool class will be performing a variety show in the MEC for the grandparents.
A special finale, always relating to our faith, closes out the show.
So, as you can ascertain, next week will be a very busy one indeed, but a very exciting one, yet informative one at that.
And you'll never guess what we've got right now that's exciting yet informative. The next 2 segments of this show. Stay tuned.
Welcome back to Marquette in Motion. Here now is Justina Denlinger informing you on some various field trips.
Yesterday, Friday, April 26, Marquette's 3rd to 5th grade students traveled to Maquoketa and the Onward Fine Arts Center to be amazed by a group known as Fly Dance. The performance, sponsored by the Dubuque Arts Council, featured a group of dancers that brought a mixture of street dance and classical music to the stage. With the end of the school year on the horizon, other field trips are being anticipated as well. On Friday, May 3rd, Marquette's 7th and 8th grade students will be traveling to Four Mounds in Dubuque to partake in a ropes course team building day. On Thursday, May 9th, Marquette's 4th and 5th grade classes will be visiting Matthias Ham House in Dubuque to participate in pioneer activities and learn about what life was like in the 1800s. They will also be visiting the St. Raphael Cathedral in Dubuque. The following day, Friday, May 10th, the kindergartners and first graders will be visiting the Circa 21 Theater, located in Rock Island, Illinois, to watch a musical production, Junie B. Jones Is Not a Crook. The children will have the opportunity to enjoy a delightful children's show performed by professional actors and actresses. They'll be taken away by the ambiance of the Circa 21 Theater itself, as well as the marvelous costumes and scenery contained within the show. Following the performance, the kindergarten and first grade students will travel to the Niabi Zoo in Coal Valley, Illinois, where they will have the opportunity to enjoy all the zoo's attractions. Now, no monkeying around, it's time for me to go. From Marquette in Motion, this has been Justina Denlinger.
Thanks, Justina. Here now are the guys with the sports report.
Thanks, girls. Beginning with hometown track action from last week, Nick Heger placed third in high jump at the Bellevue Comet Relays last Thursday, April 18th.
On this evening, the girls' 4x8 team took home second place and the sprint medley team placed third.
Allison Kentman placed third in high jump and second in the 400 hurdles. Finally, Hannah Litter brought home third place in the 100-meter hurdles.
That same evening of April 18th, the soccer teams faced off against West Branch at home. In this soccer action, both teams pulled through with victories.
To begin this week, the soccer teams faced off against Clinton at home. In girls' action, Clinton pulled away with a small victory over the Mohawks, defeating the hometown heroes 4-3.
The guys' game on this evening was rescheduled due to weather conditions. No outcome has yet been determined.
Monday night also saw track action in Goose Lake. Before the meet was canceled partway through due to impending thunderstorms, Hallie Kilberg was able to place first in the 3,000-meter run, and Emma Callahan broke the school record once again in shot put.
Tuesday, April 23rd, the soccer teams turned around to play at home again. The girls took a 4-1 win over Northeast, and the boys' team shut out Principe 4-0 to take another impressive victory for the season.
Finally, in sports news, the boys' golf team traveled to Preston for an 18-hole meet on Thursday, April 25th. In this large meet, the boys had an impressive sixth-place finish overall.
Turning from sports to other competitions, we want to congratulate Hannah Litterer for winning the Tri-Rivers Conference Art Festival Drawing Division contest. This took place Friday, April 12th at Springville, with all schools from the Tri-Rivers Conference represented.
In more competition news, congratulations to Hallie Kilberg and Allison Kettman for qualifying for the state math competition in Iowa City.
The girls are part of a group that took tests from the district contest, sent them in, and the two were selected to take part in the state contest. They, along with a team, are traveling to compete in Iowa City today.
And we'll be traveling back here with more results next week. For Marquette in Motion, this has been Jeb Schwager
And Garrett Krieg
with your Marquette Sports Report.
Thanks, guys. Don't go away. We'll be back with more Marquette in Motion after the break.
Welcome back to Marquette in Motion. Here now is Luke Keys with his senior interview.
Hi, listeners. This is Spencer Haxmeyer filling in for Luke Keys today. Today I'm here with senior Justina Denlinger. Hi, Justina. Thanks for being here.
Glad to be here, Spencer.
Can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Sure. I am the oldest in a family of 7. My siblings are Josie, Corey, Casey, and Jace. I live on a dairy farm, and I'm also part of a local 4-H club, the Otter Creek Shooting Stars.
What would you say have been your favorite memories at Marquette?
I've got a lot of good memories here, but my favorite two involving Marquette would probably be when I was in grade school, the faculty versus students water balloon fights, and also this year cheering on the girls at the state basketball game.
That's fun. Now here's a question. Do you have a favorite teacher?
I honestly can't pick a favorite because I do appreciate everything the teachers have done for me, pushing me through these years, even when I'm stubborn.
Have you finalized any plans for life after high school?
Life after high school, I plan on going to work for a while for a guy named Jim Conley. He has a establishment outside of Bernard. He boards horses. After that, I plan on going to NICC for the vet tech program.
Nice. Who would you say has been your biggest inspiration?
Probably my dad, because he's always the strongest one in the family, and he's kind of always there to help and support everyone and doesn't really ask for much help himself.
Now, what advice would you have for any underclassmen like me?
Don't be afraid to open up and talk to people and make some friends. If you're looking for help, don't be afraid to speak up. Someone will help you.
Nice. And now just a few fun-filled, random-fire questions. What's your favorite food?
Pineapple pizza.
What's your favorite song?
Even If It Breaks Your Heart by Eli Young Band.
Favorite color?
Either turquoise or blue.
Favorite TV show?
Heartland.
Favorite animal or pet?
My favorite animal would be horses, but my favorite pet would be dogs. I love dogs.
Anything that you have as a favorite pastime?
Favorite pastime of everything is probably being outside and spending time with my animals, but I also enjoy reading and listening to music.
Nice. And now, what would be your dream vacation?
My dream vacation would probably be going around in Europe or maybe visiting England and seeing some of the sights there.
That's good. With the senior trip coming up, are you planning on going?
Yes, I'm actually very excited about that. I can't wait to see everything on the trip and spend time with everybody in my class.
What are you most looking forward to seeing on the trip?
Probably all of the museums and seeing the Statue of Liberty and going through the Radio Music Hall.
Well, I know you already reported earlier on the program, but thanks for coming back for the senior interview. For Marquette in Motion, this has been Spencer Haxmeyer, filling in for Luke Keys.
Thanks. Up next are Macy and Amy looking ahead.
On Monday, the 29th, Marquette will participate in Comanche's co-ed track meet beginning at 4 p.m. At 4:30 p.m., Marquette varsity girls and boys soccer team will compete at Anamosa. There is also a boys golf meet at 9 a.m. at Midland.
On Tuesday, there is a junior high co-ed track meet at 4 p.m. at Central City. At 4:30, there is a varsity girls and boys soccer game at West Branch. There is also a girls golf meet at Easton Valley beginning at 9 a.m.
On Thursday, there is a high school co-ed track meet at 4 p.m. at Edgewood Colesburg. At 4 p.m., there is a JV varsity girls and boys golf meet at Cowwheat. There is also a varsity girls soccer game at home versus Galena.
On Friday, there is a varsity girls and boys soccer game at home versus Monticello at 3:45 p.m. There is also the State Music Festival at Tipton, which Marquette's choir will be attending.
For Looking Ahead, this has been Macy Kramer
And Amy Sieverding for Marquette in Motion.
Thanks, girls, and don't forget that tonight is the last performance of Marquette's spring production, Beauty and the Beast, starting at 7 p.m.
And don't forget that we're here at 11:45 every Saturday. For Marquette in Motion, this has been Hallie Kilberg.
And Miranda Peters.
And remember,
Stay informed,
stay involved.
stay in motion.